I'm better now. I think I'm better. Don't scream if you're better. 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 I think I'm better now.
You are listening to the Trackstarz with Seantana, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Alright, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Seantana, DJ Jeremiah. Alright, so we've been getting a ton of Noteworthies in. So what we decided to do was to do 2 of those today, because we want to make sure we respond. Some of these are very interesting, and we don't want to leave y'all hanging. Alright, so what we're going to do right now is called Racial Attraction Preferences. Alright, it says, hey Trackstarz, I'm single, 18-year-old male from Cali, West Coast, but I love the South and East Coast rap. Now I'm about to graduate high school, and the subject of having preferences when it comes to being attracted to a type of girl has come to my mind after listening to Andy Mineo's album, the song Shallow and the beginning of Superhuman, to be specific. I just wanted to hear all of your guys' opinions on whether or not it is bad to put preference on a race you're more attracted to. I'm just going to be honest. I, for one, am white, but I'm not attracted to white girls at all. Of course, physical attraction isn't my top priority, and I would put aside the preference if I really did meet a cool white girl, as long as she listened to the Trackstarz with me. But I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on whether or not this mindset is unhealthy. Racial attraction preferences. What do y'all think?
Wow. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, it's pretty, when he said that she had to listen to the Trackstarz, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, she has to listen to the Trackstarz with me.
Are we okay in that? Like, just because he said that?
No. That part was cool, though. Like, she would be okay if she listened to the Trackstarz. Like, that's loyalty, brother.
I know, but I'm just saying,
that.
even though it's still like, does it still sound bad? Like,
Well,
are we looking over he shouted us out, but it's some other stuff.
I don't think it's bad from this perspective, and there's a lot of elements and different ways to hit this, but just from what we're hearing from what he said, it doesn't sound like he's against his race or, he thinks of them as less than, but I think there's just a natural attraction to other races. So if it's something that's genuine, I don't see a problem with it. I mean, if you like what you like, what can you really say? You can't, you have to be with a white girl if you're not attracted to them. But at the same time, he's not saying that he would 100% not consider someone of his own race. He's open, but from his experience up until now, what he's been attracted to has not been his race.
I wish we could email people back and ask questions, because I would be like, what is it about a black woman that you like more than your own
Did he
race?
say black?
Or any race. I mean, I don't know.
He just said he didn't like white girls.
Yeah, he didn't say what
but
race.
This is what he referenced, what he meant though when he talked about Andy Mineo. Now, do you remember the song Shallow and Superhuman? I'm trying to pull up the lyrics
Shallow.
to see, and I remember there's some controversy. I've been seeing some like little memes going around, basically saying like, he said something about he likes chocolate. What was it? He says referencing he likes black girls. And people are like, how come, why don't you like vanilla or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, so is it okay for Andy Mineo as a white rapper to say on a song, I only like black girls? Is it excluding people or,
But, I mean, it's not as bad as, like, another note where we had about the kid and his mother that didn't like him dating outside his race. I think it's a personal preference. But I think normally what happens with that is, like, God could send somebody your way that is, like, the total opposite of what you like. And it just blows your mind, and you be like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? Because I thought it one way. But in actuality, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm open. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I wonder, is it a concern of his because of, like, family problems, Like, is it a concern of his family that he doesn't want to date someone of their race?
Well, I think it might, and I mean, we can't speak for him, but it may be related to the culture that he's immersed himself in. He clearly is a fan of hip-hop. and that is a predominantly black market. So when you're in that culture and you see that, it may become something that's familiar to you, and you may come across African American women or whatever race it is. So that's a possibility as well.
Well, he said like down south music, so that's good for him.
You are caught up in too many.
What is going on today?
Down south music.
Yeah, he said he likes down south music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe time for you to take a sabbatical.
You know what's so funny? We was at Southpark. We was skimming through channels, and your boy Silk came on today.
Oh, Sick Shaka?
I
Yeah.
was like,
Can we help the man that sent us the note? Like, what is the problem? This is not helping him.
What, I mean, you can't tell nobody to stop. I mean, you can't.
Okay.
So what do you tell somebody who has a personal preference? If I like eating cheeseburgers every day, and somebody's like, "Man, you should eat grilled chicken," I'm like,
shouldn't.
"No."
I don't think there's anything wrong with what he's saying he prefers.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
in the
Like,
story.
what can we say?
I mean, and you said it earlier. A preference is a preference. I mean, you can't necessarily change that, but remain open, because God could, He could bring somebody into your life that completely explodes what your preferences are. And as long as your main focus is, looking for somebody that has a heart for God and the character of Christ, then amen.
Yeah, just be careful that you're not basing anything off of a stereotype. Either way it goes, you know what I mean?
Okay, I found a lyric he's referring to. This is Andy Mineo's Superhuman. He said, I'm questioning my heart, examining my motives. Why am I captivated by the brown-skinned mocha divas? And I hope in my mind she's a believer. So basically that's what people are saying. How come he can't be captivated by light-skinned mocha divas or vanilla mocha divas? And basically, he's basically saying, like, I don't know. I'm just wondering, was he influenced by this song, or did he, when Andy said it, he was like, yeah, me too?
I think it's me too.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, how much of that, you asked the question, how much of this is culture? How much of this is him wanting to fit into the community we're in? Or was he already attracted to it?
I mean that we don't know that, so.
But if you're around something, won't you naturally gravitate toward it? Like, case in point, the high school I went to was majority white. So a lot of the black guys were attracted to the white women because that's what they saw all the time. And some of them, it was just a status thing. But for some of them, they were just genuinely, they weren't opposed to dating a black woman, but they were just naturally attracted to white girls. And like one of my friends, he dated a white girl all throughout high school, but then he went to Morehouse and changed his whole perspective, and he was like, my eyes were open, and now it's like, now I'm dating my race. So some people, I think they adapt to what they're around because of what they see.
Okay, here's my thought with this, because I can't just answer you as a white guy that likes black girls. I have to answer you like if you're a black guy liking white girls or an Asian guy liking Hispanic girls. The point is the race thing, just the same thing we said to the young man's mom. Race thing doesn't matter. The only consideration is, why do you like whatever, and why are you saying you only like whatever? Because if you're, I would just make sure your motives are legit. Just because if you're just like, wow, I'm just attracted to black girls, they just look pretty to me, I just like that. That's cool. I mean, there's no problem with that. But if you're basically saying, I want to be cool, or I think there's some magical element of them, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is, because it happens both ways. Some black guys think, oh, once I get a white girl, I made it. That's not healthy. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm just saying. Examine your motives, because if your motivations are wrong,
I made it.
because like even if you're a black guy and you're attracted to white girls, there's nothing wrong with that. But just examine your motives, no matter what it is. Even if you're a black guy that likes only black girls, examine your motives, because there could be somebody that God has for you that's outside of that. You know what I mean? And what you really want is, you want a girl who has a heart of God, who's passionate about God, that loves you, that cares for you. I don't know what's so funny. This is very
I think
serious.
you got that mixed up.
What?
I think you got that mixed up.
What do you mean?
I don't think a white guy gets with a black girl and says, I made it. I think it's the other way around.
I didn't say that.
That's not what he said.
That's what he said.
No, I
He
didn't.
said if a black guy gets with a white girl, thinks I made it. That's what was funny to me.
You said a white guy gets with
No,
No,
I
you
didn't.
said the opposite.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing for no reason. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was laughing.
Yeah. No, and I mean, and that's not to say some do. I mean, whatever your motives are, just make sure in anything that you do, just figure out why. Why do you like that? Why is it only this? Why is it only that? And if it's a legitimate reason, if it's just a natural attraction or whatever, there's nothing unbiblical about you liking a black girl or you liking a white girl. So that's the only caution I have. Just guard your motives in anything you have, anything you do. And if it's clean, then who cares? Who cares? It could just be a purely surface issue. But I would hope that you would go past the surface at some point and say, hey, look, I may have wanted this, but hey, this young lady, she's Asian, she's Hispanic, she's white, whatever she is, she has the heart of God that I've been searching for. I got to be with her. Yeah. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be limited to race.
Yeah, my advice is the same. The stereotypes. You can't just be caught up in the stereotypes. You hear it all the time. I heard it from friends that dated white girls growing up. I heard it from friends that were white that dated black girls. I heard it from friends that were white that were jealous of me for different reasons, and it was just stereotypes, and you can't let that hang you up. So,
yeah, and I think the true thing, no matter what race you are, I think there's like this, guys grow up with this ideal person in their head, and it's community influenced. A lot of people, they don't realize that their preferences are based on the people around them. Because if so-and-so says, oh, so-and-so's fine, then it's like, yeah, she's fine. You know what I mean? Like, you don't decide that for yourself. You start adopting other people's vision. So the goal is, at some point, you got to make your own decision. Hey, just because everybody likes that girl on TV, I don't have to like her. I don't have to like her just because everybody else does. So start making your own decisions about preferences and things like that, and don't get swayed by the culture you're in or the culture you want to be in. That's my advice. All right, that's Noteworthy. When we come back, we're going to do another one of those. Next one is very interesting, so you want to stay tuned to that one. We may get into a little scuffle in the studio. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Seantana, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go!
Life is full of light and shadow, all the joy and all the sorrow, all the sorrow.